Hi there! Namaste and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. I'm Colleen and this is Brandy and Chad is asleep in his terrarium back here. Today I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading to hype you up. So I'm just going to be pulling from the old trusty dusty Lightseers tarot deck here, and I'm going to be doing 3 groups. So group number 1 is this beautiful rose quartz. Group number 2 is this super cool blue tektite malachite that I got in Sedona, and it's a tektite. Is that a moldavite or is it a malachite? I think it's a moldavite. I think I misspoke. And anyway, group number 3 is a bloodstone, which is really cool. This is a red and green speckled bloodstone with really cool striations on it, if you can see. Super dope. Anyway, so pick group number 1, 2, or 3. You can also pick more than one if you feel called to it. This is a glow up reading, like why you're awesome, so I'm sure you'll want to like hear all the reasons because they're all true, because you're awesome. Anyway, I'm so grateful for you. I love you so much. I'm so glad that you're here with me today, and I'll see what you're reading. Timestamps are going to be listed below in the description box, along with my information for like buying my books, if you want to reach out to me or see my website, my blog, and you know, all that good stuff. So description box is where it's at, and I will see what you're reading. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and namaste. Ah. Hey group 1, are you ready for me to hype you up? You chose the rose quartz, so I can already tell that you are a love bug. Okay, so you have so much self-love and just radiance, and you have this energy of like femininity. Your gender identification is not relevant to the fact that there's some like feminine like softness, there's some nurturing energy, like there's this beautiful like abundant quality to you, and like I can definitely tell just by the fact that you picked the rose quartz crystal that you love yourself so much. I'm actually kind of being drawn to this plant behind me here, my little baby, and I can tell that you're very like abundant, very fertile. It's like you take your time to grow, and because of that, like you blossom like so much. Like the amount of like growth and abundance that you have like inherently within and around you is gorgeous. And before I even started like getting into your reading, you have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So I can tell that you're very intuitive, very in touch with your emotions, you're very creative, and there's just so much like beauty within and around you. It's like your internal world. I'm getting that like anybody would want to pick your mind about almost anything just because you're so fascinating and unique, and like your whole entire like nature is just like love. It's a love and it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. And you're highly intuitive too. So people are like, I don't know what's in group number 1's water, but I want to have a sip. Like that's the vibe I'm getting so far. I saw 1, 2, 3 on the recording time, which lets me know that you have good timing. You kind of have an idea of what to do and when, and you're also pretty much very aware of cycles. Like, you know, maybe you check like astrology or something, or perhaps you are just very good at checking cycles. Now, I did have these 3 cards pop out here. So we have the King of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. So what this is saying is essentially like, yes, you're very passionate, highly intuitive, very, very creative. If you are an artist in any right, like if you you make YouTube videos, for example, or you're a musician, or you're an artist, or I don't know, anything creative, like you are amazing. Like people are like the ferocity of group 1. Like, oh my gosh, can you believe it? And there's this energy of like you are just secure. Like you're so secure in yourself. Like you're very confident, and people see that about you and they love that. And this isn't even about like other people. This is just like objective. Like you are very confident and you love yourself, and that's beautiful. Like you are always in a state of glow up. It's like every time somebody sees you, they're like, they do like a second take. They're like, oh my gosh, group number 1. Last time I saw you, you looked like this, and then the next time I saw you, you looked even better, and then your energy was better, and like your mental health was better, your emotional state was more secure, and your creations, it's like they draw your journey. Like they literally like build out a map for other people to either like explore, like to pick your mind like that, and slash or like they also like help people to like follow the leader in a sense where they're like, wow, like you might give advice, or like the way that you create. I'm seeing like Allison and Alex Gray in my mind, and I think someone is like making wind chimes or like outside my window, which has literally never happened before. You could be like a sound healer or something. That's been coming up like quite a bit in my readings today. You could be like a sound healer, or maybe there's something like this where you like practice a particular healing modality like yoga, and they're like, wow, this seems to really work for group number 1. Like I should probably get on that train or something like this. Now, what 5 of Pentacles? Another thing that's really amazing about you is that you know when to call it quits. You know when something is too heavy to pick up. You know when you need a rest. You know when you need a rest, and you know when it's time to take action. And you know that you have the key to everything. It's like you have so much faith in yourself that you know that you can literally make it through anything. It's like people are like, I want group number 1 on my side. Like, they're like, I don't know where group number 1 is going or who they're around, but whatever it is, like, I want to be there for that. Like, there's such an energy about, like, you know what's up, definitely. And then with this 5 of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles is the earth element. This can sometimes indicate being, like, left out in the cold, but there's an indication. It's like, you know when to cut people loose. Like, and you know when to take your own space. You know when you need a rest. You know when to go internally and when to approach yourself. You know how to do the shadow work. You know how to go through dark night of the soul. You know how to come out on top, and you know how to lead other people through it too. And also 5 is the number of Leo, confidence, the sun, inner child healing, right? Children. So you could be humanitarian in a sense where, like, you're really, really good with children. It could be that your inner child, like, shows, it glows, it grows, like, and also with Pentacles, this is, like, very tangible. This is the earth element. So it could be that you make a living, or you figured out how to make a living in some sort of way that allows you to express your inner child. And it's like, how does group number 1 have this intuition? How do they know what to do? How do they just do what they love? Now I am thinking of like a musician or like a dancer or an artist or a tarot reader or someone who's like, this is what I like to do, so this is what I'm going to take on in my life. And yeah, we have the Lover's card, a decision. It's like you always seem to make the right choice. Now, this is because you follow your intuition. Not only this, but it seems that the people that come into your life, like you have soul ties with, like soul bonds. What I mean by this is like people get spiritually like attuned when they come into your life. And with the Lover's card, it's like you have this little something special to you, something spiritual, something that makes everybody be like, wow, how is group number 1 like always on top of their ish? Like the Lovers obviously is like divine counterpart union. There is this little Merkaba of telepathy going on here. So it could be that people automatically experience like a spiritual upgrade just by you walking down the street or just by having a conversation with you. It's like you seem to always say the right thing. You go to the right places. You somehow, some way, like even if you're just saying hi to a stranger, like the way that you'll say hello will like awaken them in a sense. Or if you have a random conversation with somebody, or the way that you smile, the way that you dress, there's something about every single time that you cross paths with somebody, you seem to like enlighten something with them. And then we do have, I saw 1, 2, 3 on the recording time, don't forget, and then we have 5 and 6. So this is a lot of like numbers going in a row. So this is saying that you are pretty present in the present moment, because the only number that was missing here was 4. But with 5 and 6, it's saying that your inner child like leads the way. So does your intuition. And because of this, you have this confidence that comes from your faith, from your intuition. And that's so beautiful, amazing. Mwah, chef's kiss to you, group 1. Amazing, I love this. So let's see. You have this sense of freedom that you implement in your day-to-day life. It's like maybe you're one of those people who doesn't want any 2 days in a row to be the same. Or maybe you're always trying to like make the best choices for you, like in your day. Like your health is very important to you. You could be like have like a great body. Maybe you eat super healthy. Maybe you make like dietary changes. Maybe you follow Ayurveda or Chinese medicine, or like you eat keto or something like this. Like there are some things that you do that are like health practices, but they're also like morals and virtues of yours. Like there's also an emphasis here on like your speech as well. Your outward persona and the way that you express yourself is so like, it's passionate, it's beautiful, it's spiritual, it's creative, and there's something about this that just like makes you shine. And I'm hearing like shine bright like a diamond, and you have 6 of Cups. There are so many people that are stuck on you. These are like, this is friends, this is family, this is old romantic partners, and this isn't even like this doesn't need to be like people being like, oh, group number 1's the one that got away. And maybe I could see that with these cards. But with six of Cups, this is saying that you leave a lasting impression on people. And especially with the little golden retriever here and the puppy, people look at how much you've grown and they're just like shooketh. Like, oh my gosh, group number 1, what in the world? And on top of this, they know that you're very, very loyal. We do have 6 coming out twice. 66 is the number of unconditional love. And it's like you grow through love. You grow through light. And you are not afraid to do the dirty work. I'm hearing Steely Dan in my head. You're not afraid to do the dirty work. You're not afraid to transform yourself, turn your life upside down, inside out, forward and backwards, because that, to you, is what life is about. It's like finding new avenues of fun, finding a new decision to make, finding a new path to take, finding a new way to express yourself. And it's beautiful, beautiful. And even when you're like down in the dumps, it still seems like you always are able to get yourself out of it. And I'm getting that just happens less and less. Or people might even look at you and like, whether this is true or not, there's some sort of like energy of people always being like, how do they never like fall? Like, how does group number one like always know how to stand back up? And maybe it's because you had to, learn how to do it from a young age, because this does come out in the number 5, so childhood. Or, here's the King of Cups. You just love yourself. You learn to love yourself and those around you. And it's like every single thing about you is just like rooted and grounded in love. We do have 2 kings coming out here, which means that you're great at taking action. You take initiative when you need to, but also with 5 of Pentacles and the Lovers, you know when to be in your feminine energy too. Like, you know when to rest, you know when to download energy, you know when to like take a beat, but you also know when to take action. It's like you feel when you have sparks of like inspiration, and you get up and then you use that energy to its most beneficial, to the highest vibration. You could be like taking actions when it's like, what is in my highest intention? And then you'll do that action. Like you ask a question, and then you listen, and then you take like informed action. You make informed decisions, and you're very good at critical thinking as well. And you move through love and intuition. So this is very much like you have a balance between your right brain and your left brain. And so this is so cool, because it's like you have such a beautiful balance. You have the 8 of Swords. This lets me know that yes, you do a lot of transformational work, and you are always looking for the next thing to work on, to heal. You could be a healer. You could have just done a lot of self-healing. And on top of this, it's like, I can see that maybe you've struggled in the past with like maybe anxiety or mental health or some sort of like speech or something like this. You might feel with the 8 of Swords as a clarifier. Let me breathe. Maybe you are into breath work, or maybe you just like me, just drink a coffee and rattle off a lot. I don't know. But with the 8 of Swords clarifying the 5 of Pentacles here, this is a great indication too that you have been through a lot. It's like you have been knocked down and you always stand back up, but it's like you do not let your mind controls your reality, and you know this. So you don't let your mind be what beats you down, because that's a part of you. And you're like, if anything's bringing me down to my knees, it's not going to be me. It's going to be like God. It's going to be the universe. It's going to be like, it's going to be good. So you know that if something is in your way, in some way, it's a blessing, or it's an opportunity, or there's something that you can do. Like, there's a resource. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and you have found out how to find it every time. It's like, no matter what happens, you're like in the darkness, you're on your knees, and then you're like, where's the light? Up here. And then you just stand back up and you keep going. And the Hermit, you have faith. There's such an indication too. This is like clarifying the Lover's card, of course. I saw 11:14 on the recording time. So you make people feel like they have a purpose. Like, you make people remember that they're divine. And we have 6 and 9, which is the number of Cancer, which is a number that was missing before in your consecutive numbers. So there's an indication that you make people feel comfortable. You make people feel at home. It's like maybe you welcome people into your home. Maybe your home is like a sanctuary, or just your energy is like a sanctuary for people. This is really cool. You have a very like maternal energy. You could be like the mom of your friend group. You could be like even like the matriarch of your family, or even no matter what age you are or what gender you identify with, there's also an indication that you're just very like comforting. Like, you're the kind of person that's just like come here, like I'll hug you, and then just the fact that I'm giving you like love will make you like just forget all about all your problems. And it's like you will be willing to answer. It's like you have solutions, but you don't give unwarranted, unsolicited advice. But at the same time, you would be the greatest person to go to for that. And like, you have your own boundaries, so you're able to identify and respect them in other people. And with a Hermit, it's like you are great at self-healing. You're great at self-realization, self-transformation, like everything, like self-love. Like, self-love is the name of the game, group 1 for you. And it's like, and you have 8, you have 8 and 9. And then, so you had 1, 2, 3, skipping a 4. And then you had 5, 6, skipping a 7. And then you have 8, 9. And it was 12:33 on the recording time as I was saying that. What I'm getting from this is that the best thing that you have is helping yourself, seeing yourself as a reflection in other people, and allowing other people to see themselves as a reflection in you. So you might hold up a mirror to the people around you, but in like love and light. It's like people look at you and they see the whole cosmic universe in you. Like, they see, how people say like, look for Jesus in everyone, look for God in everyone, look for, regardless of what religion or spiritual practice like you practice, if any, it's like, that is kind of like a common thread. They're like, see the universe, see God, see love in everything and everyone, and be grateful. And that's something, it's like your ability to pour back into yourself, like your self-love, is something that like allows other people to see and want to emulate that. It's like you show people by authenticity. Like you're so authentically grateful for the people in your life. You're so authentically loving that people are like, you can do that? Oh my gosh, like I need, like, what air are they breathing? Like what is, like I'll have what group 1 is having, like literally. You're so amazing and you're so strong too. There's also an indication that you've been through quite a bit of a journey. Like perhaps you've met some people that tossed you into a spiritual journey. Like there is definitely an indication that you've had I mean, just like everybody, you meet like soul mates, like friends of your soul, like people who you have soul ties with, people who are meant to come along your path to teach you lessons, help you grow and all this stuff. And I'm seeing that you have not had it easy, but at the end of the day, you always freaking shine. And 1414 on the recording time, you have been guided and you trust in your guidance. And because of this, you help other people see that they're guided too. And 1414 is 55. You're here to make a change in the world by you being yourself. And behind this, we have the 2 of Cups, soul connections, soul ties, remembering who you are, standing in your power, standing in love. This is you. I love your energy. Oh, Knight of Pentacles wanted to flop out of the bottom of the deck. Slow and steady wins the race. It's like you're very determined. Very, very determined. And we have the Wheel too. Anything that you put your mind to, you do. I'm going to pull one more card here. We have the 8 of Pentacles. You like to learn. You like to learn. You look at life as if you are a student. You are always a student. But you're so confident in this. It's like you're confident in the universe, in your ability to trust your body, to trust your brain, to trust your critical thinking, to trust your normal system, your normal process. Because like whether you look at it in like physics, like, or you look at it in spirituality, it's just like everything like will infinitely expand. You know what I mean? Like everything, where you put your energy, it will grow. Like everything will continue to go on forever. And it's like, no matter what happens, it's gonna be okay, because there's light and there's dark and there's like, you know, whateverness in between. And you have this like ability to always put yourself in a student position. And because of this, luck is always on your side. And people are able to actually learn from the fact that you are humble and you're always learning. You might really like to like study things. Herbology is coming up, like candle magic is coming up, maybe like different languages, things like this. Whatever it is that you like to learn, it's like you're always self-studying. You're always studying yourself, and you're always studying just like the world, the universe, and people love this about you. And like you're so knowledgeable. Just you like existing teaches people. And you're not even like trying to put yourself in like a teaching position. You're just like learning and expressing and creating. Like this goes back to your creation. And it's like you might be let me look at this in like a Lenormand fashion. We have King of Wands, 8 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. So you know when you need to slow down, and you know when you need to speed up. And it's like you are so good at acknowledging energy. At the middle, we do have anxiety. So this might be like overthinking or anxiety, or like expressing yourself, telling a story in a chronological order, or like walking people from A to Z. This might be something that you are currently learning or have learned. And this is something that people see. This is something that I can tell you've been working on for a while, like expressing yourself or dealing with like your mental health, or perhaps like just doing your inner work and like really tackling like everything that you've been through in maybe the beginning of your life or past lives, or just like on the day-to-day, you know, because life is life. But you always like know where to find your center. You always know where to find love. You always know where to find gratitude. And even if this is like, I'm grateful for my skin, like I'm grateful for my roof, or like it doesn't need to be like I'm grateful for my like millions of dollars and my 80 tarot decks. Like it doesn't need to be anything like that, although it can be. It's like if you're down on the ground with nothing to eat or nothing, like no roof over your head, you're like, I am grateful for breath. Like you just always know where to find it. And because of this, like it just emanates out of you. And I'm not imposing any of those situations on you. Like that was not to be claimed. But what I'm seeing is that no matter what situation you are possibly in, like you always are standing in abundance. And because of this, it's like you have this exponential growth of abundance with the Wheel. You have Jupiter's blessing on you. And this is number 10, which indicates that you complete every cycle that's thrown your way. So you may have had a little bit of extra cycles thrown your way in life, and you just continue to take them as learning and transformational opportunities. And because of this, I do see that you have like generational wealth that you are either building or coming into. I do have 88 coming out in your spread, and we also have 15, which is a 6. So everything that you do is rooted in love, rooted in love and gratitude. And like your heart chakra is beautiful. It is expansive, and there's definitely a spiritual and intuitive aspect to you too. I am getting a little bit of like love. Like you are a very, very good friend. You're a very, very good romantic partner, a very, very good member of your family. And it's like people look to you as a safe space, like as a sanctuary. And this is because like you have like a maternal aspect, and you also have a paternal aspect. Like you are very like just beautiful and loving, and you know how to grow yourself, and you never expect anything of other people. It's like you take responsibility for everything that is your own. You set boundaries and release that which is not belonging to you, but you never tell anybody else to do their own work. It's like you always just love yourself and work on yourself, because you know that if you put yourself forth as an example, that the people who make the decision to do the same will have somewhere to look towards for that. And those who don't, you just let them mind their own business, and you love them anyway, because everybody is on their own path, and you see them as a reflection of you, and they see you as a reflection of them, whether or not that was what was in their mind in the first place. And there's something that's so beautiful about that. It's like you have this kind of like special energy about you, where it's like maybe you're into a little bit of everything, or like you are like, I'm hearing jack of all trades or something like this. Like there's some sort of energy like about you where almost like anybody can look at you and they see like the shining sun, and they also see like themselves in you. It's like people might they automatically resonate with whatever it is about you that they reflect in themselves, but it's always something good, because you move through love, you grow through love, like you do the work, the internal work. So people who might have a hard time like loving themselves, they'll look at you sharing an insecurity that they have, but they love it on you, and then it makes them proud to have that about themselves. Like there are things like this, like that you probably like don't even notice. Like it might make people bashful around you. People might act a little bit weird around you sometimes, and this is only because they don't know how to act, because they're so like, you make people love themselves, and that can be uncomfortable for people sometimes. And that's such a beautiful gift to have. Oh my gosh, I love this. I saw 2002 on the recording time. So there's mirrored energy about what the definition of beautiful, like you might be, you could be beautiful in a conventional or unconventional way. But regardless, it's like, whatever this is, you're always like, I will hold your hand and let's go there together. It's like, if I'm eating, you're eating too. Like if I'm shining, everybody is gonna shine. It's like that, like authentically like Lizzo energy. And I'm thinking about when, I don't remember exactly what it was, but she like said a word in one of her songs that she wasn't like aware was offensive to people, and then it ended up being offensive to people, and then she was like, let me learn from this opportunity. It was authentically a mistake, and then she took it, learned, apologized, and then was like, love to everybody, like you know, like she used it she used it constructively, and it was all through love and all through gratitude, and she was like genuinely authentically grateful that people had like pointed this out to her, and then like gave love back to these people. It's like she didn't absorb hate, because there was no hatred given to her, because like you can't possibly hate her, she's like nice, you know. And there's like this energy like that about you. It's like you're just so like, you're just like love, like you are a reflection of love, and so people want to give you love, like, and you give people love. And even people who aren't used to this, or people who maybe by like society like aren't always like treated the best or like loved or whatever it is, it's like you make them feel like they have a safe space, whether this is like people who aren't used to expressing their emotions, or it's somebody who like doesn't have the same opportunities as other people, or like anything like this, or even if there are people who are into like something weird or kind of quirky, or like anything that makes somebody feel different or makes them feel ostracized in any way. It's like whatever that is, like they're able to look at you and resonate with something, anything, and it reflects back to them, and it makes them love themselves. And it's like, this is a superpower that you have, and it's just like in your aura, and it's because you like, you continue to learn, you continue to grow, and it's like you seem to have luck on your side, and so people, they want to be around you because it's like you make them feel lucky. It's like people who aren't lucky, they get around you and then they automatically have a streak of luck. It's like people who aren't in love with themselves or confident, they spend time around you and then they automatically like feel more self-love, they feel more confident. It's like people feel blessed to be in your surroundings. And with the Hermit card, you have two kings, the Sun, the Knight of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Wheel, Eight of Pentacles, and the Hermit. If you don't spend a lot of time alone, like I bet you do, like, because you're always spending time learning, studying, meditating, picking up a new course, picking up a new side hustle, a hobby, something. And with the Wheel, it's like you're always looking for new opportunities. You're always learning. You're always just like learning as you go. You might be a teacher in some way. You like to activate other people. I saw 2244 on the recording time. And then with the Hermit, it's like you do spend a lot of time alone. You spend a lot of time within yourself. With the Lovers, it's like Lovers and Two of Cups. You definitely have experienced some very strong soul ties, and there are some more to come. I can definitely see it here. But But people really, really feel resonant with you. Even if you don't feel it necessarily in return, it's like people feel just magnetized to you, absolutely magnetized. And because of this, it's like they see you as like wish fulfillment, like in every way. Like they see you as like, this is my favorite member of my family. Like this is my favorite friend that I have. Like this is the favorite lover I've ever been. This is, or ever been with. This is my favorite, like whatever. Like people, animals, plants, like they love you. They love you because like you are love. And that's what you put out. It's like group number one, like you're, what did I say in the beginning? I called you a love bug. Might like the Jonas Brothers. Maybe that's just me. That's cool. Yeah, and then Knight of Pentacles too. I'm hearing Sloan said he wants to race again. So it's like, you know, you're willing to put the work into something too. It's like, if you do want to, say, start a business, or you want to write a book, or be a good friend or something, it's like you're willing to put the time and effort into it, and you know that like everything takes time, and it's like you'll show up and you'll do things that yourself would be grateful for in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and you show up and do these things, even if it's like for 2 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, whether this is practicing yoga, or writing a book, or learning a language, or like taking another class, anything like this. There's so many things. It's like you, people might see you as really lucky, and you are really lucky, but it's because you take the initiative, and you're willing to put the work in, and you're willing to put the time in too. And that's something that everybody doesn't do, because there's a lot of like instant gratification. And I'm seeing that people might see a lot of this with the wheel and the sun. This is like fast burning energy, but it's really not, because the sun is always shining in a wheel, like a how do I say this, like something that's set in motion is going to continue to stay in motion, right? So this is like, you take your time to press the wheel, no matter how hard it is, no matter how heavy it is, and then it'll get spinning, and then because it's spinning, it just like continues to go, and then it turns into this beautiful cosmic ball of plasmic star fire, and then you're just like the burning sun, and people watch you and they're like, oh my gosh, group one, like wow. And that's really cool. It's really beautiful. And I see that you're very comfortable in your masculine energy, and you're also very comfortable in your feminine energy, and this is what allows you to like stand in your love like all the time, and that's so amazing and beautiful. It's like maybe guys feel very comfortable like expressing their emotions. It's like, I'll say something that shouldn't be taboo but typically is, like guys might feel very comfortable like just having heart-to-heart conversations with you. Girls might be very comfortable like broing down with you, and they might be like girls that aren't as comfortable with that. Or I don't mean to like, I don't know, just however that resonates. Like whatever group of people has like an energy where they're like not comfortable stepping into, it's like you provide a safe space, and people automatically gravitate towards that, and you're not like, hey, over here I'm a safe space. Like they just kind of like show up, and they like, you might have strangers just like tell you their life story, or like come to you with whatever it is that they're like chewing on, working through right now, and you might just like say something and they're like, oh my gosh, and you just changed somebody's life and you didn't even know. It might be someone whose name you don't even know. Truly, there's always something bigger and better for you, and you're never afraid to go get it. I'm getting that you might not be really afraid of anything, and that you always know, you always know where to find your freedom. You always know where to find security. You always know where to find fun, and you always know where to find love. Those are things that are inherently yours, and people gravitate to you for that reason. So you're really cool and filled with love, and probably quite abundant. I'm seeing the King of Pentacles and the Empress kind of popping out here as I'm closing out your reading. And it's like you're still growing. It's like you haven't even like fully blossomed yet. This is just like your inherent nature, so that's super cool. And yeah, thanks for the energy exchange. I'm grateful. It's really cool to read your energy. I love seeing this. Gives me faith in the collective. So you definitely like, you put the time into yourself, and it shows. Absolutely shows. So group number one, you're amazing and beautiful and perfect because you exist, and that's it. So I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. Thank you so much for being here, and namaste. Group number two, you chose the tektite, which is really cool because it's blue, and this is a beautiful type of moldavite that is super dope, and this is just rare and like amazing. So I wanted to show you this for a second. This right off the bat says transformational and maybe a bit alien-y. You could have a lot of Aquarius in your chart. And I was hearing Just Like Heaven by The Cure like really strongly like in my head just now. So you soft and lonely, like you're like an angel. People are literally like, you're just like a dream. Okay. So we're it's just like a dream. Okay, let me get into the cards. Okay, group number 2. People love you. Ace of Cups and the Hermit. Oh my gosh. You might have messages in number 1 because you too, you're a love bug. But I'm getting that you're kind of quiet. Like, I'm hearing wallflower. You maybe like to meditate or spend time like observing. Like you're literally an observer of life. Okay, Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups kind of combination here. I have coming on. While I'm waiting for the cards to actually come out. So let me pull some flyers for you. So this is, as you know, just me glowing you up right now. Or, what's it called? Like, I'm gassing you up. So we have, oh, hello, cards. Okay, thank you. I asked for a gas up and we delivered. We have the Chariot. We have the Hierophant. Hello, Major Arcana. The Strength card. Temperance. And, oh my gosh, is it the Knight of Wands? Your only card that's not a Major Arcana. Group number 2. Okay. So, I have to say, first and foremost, you always go after what it is that you want. Your energy is like balanced. It is beautiful, amazing, gorgeous. Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh, you might be like spiritual, you could be psychic, you could not be any of those things, but just be very like creative, like sensual, like tapped in. Like you are you're certainly very intuitive, whether or not you identify as being psychic or not. You absolutely have like an angelic nature about you. Temperance, 14, you are guided. Like you are super guided. And you did choose a tektite, so you could be guided from anything, anyone, anywhere. You know what I mean? But you're guided and you listen. You listen. You are a phenomenal listener and you can get through anything. It's like no matter what happens, you are always ready to charge forward. Look at these divine little colors here. You're very tapped into your higher chakras, which means that you might have a very devout practice. People see you as very devoted. They see you as very ethereal. They also see you as very beautiful. There's something about like your face, and also like you're very passionate and you're very free. Like people would say that you're a free spirit. I would say that you're a free spirit. And you're always like, see how he's like riding the chariot, but he's like not inside the chariot or like on the horse. He's like on the top of the cart. He's like YOLO. You definitely have this energy of like I'm gonna go for it. Like I want it. I got it. Like yes. And it's number 7. So this means that you can bring this forward into relationships. Like you are a great, you're just a great person to know. Like honestly, like people are like, they're just blessed to have you in their life. And with number 7 too, this is like balanced energy. This is Libra, this is Venus, and this is like the exertion of Venusian energy, right? Because Taurus is consumption of Venus, whereas Libra is exertion of Venus. So this is like masculine traits. So you might be like very good at like doing your makeup or doing fashion, or there's something about like the way that you look. It's like you have this kind of like, I'm hearing the way you look tonight. Like you just kind of have this like vibe. Maybe you're like kind of timeless, or maybe you're like just have this like quirky kind of like eye grabby something about you, whatever it is. Or if you are creative or intuitive, whatever you do, like you stand out, whether it's on purpose or not, which I'm getting it's probably not. You just stand out because you just go for it. You're like I want it, I got it. So Hierophant, you are very, very committed. You're committed to yourself, you're committed to others, you're committed to your inner child and to making a change. Now also, you have this like sunny disposition. It's like no matter what happens, you always like I'm hearing Look on the Bright Side of Life by Monty Python. This is like so cute. When life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. And you have the Strength card. It's like you can get through literally anything with a smile on your face. You just put on a happy face. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And I'm feeling really like giddy in your reading. So you have this energy that's just kind of like maybe you're super like, you're like one of those people like you like bring the party, or you just like you like to pump people up, or you just always have this like let's go, like here we go, yo, check the flow, yo, like this kind of vibe to you that's just like yes, like on the up and up, like all the time you're on the up and up, and people are like every time like people are literally like hot damn, like every time number 2 comes around, like there's just this energy of just like happiness, like glowing up. And it's like interesting too because you have this like spark, this spunk to you, but at the same time you're like serene, you're like peaceful. It's like you have this inner peace that allows you to just be like happy. It's like, you ever see like oh, I can't say his name properly, but it's like Thich Nhat Hanh, I believe is his name, or Taoists or like Buddhists or like Zen masters, where they're always just kind of like jolly. They're jolly, but they're like super Zen, but they always have a smile and they're just kind of like cute. You want to pinch their cheeks. Like you have this kind of vibe like this to you. And I mean this in like the most respectful way possible. Like, you know, if there's anybody watching this. And with temperance, this is also a number 5. So you are down to make a change. You're down to bring the change. You're like, I'm seeing like someone like giving out rice. I'm seeing somebody like building schools, like going on a mission trip, like building houses for Habitat for Humanity. Like you literally like, if you don't do this now, maybe you want to do this in the future. You want to create some sort of change. And you're like, it's because you have this can-do attitude. Like you have this very like, someone's like, oh, I can't do that because, you know, XYZ. And you're like, well, why not? Then A, B, C, you know, and then after C is D, and then there's E, and then there's F, and, you know, just like put one foot in front of the other, and you're like, just keep swimming, you know? And it's all through, like, it's through love, it's through gratitude. Temperance, this is literally the card of gratitude. Look at this cute little aura. He's like balancing the sun and the moon, and he's got this cute little like light ball above his head, those little angel wings. And this is how people see you. They're just like, how are you a ball of light? Like all the time. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Group number 2. And then we have the Knight of Wands, card of creativity, inspiration, spirituality, like happy impulse, like just like divine inspiration. It's like you literally are like, I'm hearing like the word epiphany. So it's like maybe you'll sit on something for a while, like with the Hierophant. It's like you might take your time to like start something or to move something or like to come to a decision, but once you do, you're like chariot, strength, Knight of Wands, like let's get it, like you take your time because you like go within and you're like, okay, what is the proper step to take? What is the right thing to do? What is the like best thing to do for me? How can I make this happen? You have patience, you have gratitude, you have like this ability to listen. People would say that you're a great listener. Another thing is like something about your hair is really cool because I'm just like, look at the most beautiful like long hair on this man, and then also like look at her just like amazing locks. Like I love this. Like people are like, wow, you're so cute. Also with this like literal imagery, I'm getting you're like a lion in sheep's clothing. So there's something about you that's unsuspecting. Like maybe you look like all cute and pretty and like maybe you're like a wallflower, but like you're actually like a powerhouse. You're just like like super suit. Like there's something about you that's just like I am the greatest good you're ever gonna get. Like Incredibles reference. So with the Knight of Wands, it's like, I'm hearing like not afraid of the night. It's like, you're not afraid of your shadow side. You're not afraid of the dark, you know, not afraid of the darkness. And you're like, I know where to find the light. Again, you might have messages in group number 1, but I'm also getting here that you're very just like go with the flow. Like you might love like, I could see you like sitting in a drum circle or just kind of like, being the one to like start the dancing, like at a club or like at a party, or you're just the kind of person who like finds the person that's sitting alone in a corner and you're like, come on, let's get up, let's dance. Like you're just that kind of person that's like yeah, like let's get it. Like you cheer people up and you amp them up, and it's not in like it's not in like a I don't know, like aggressive. It's not in a way that would put somebody off. It's in a way that like makes them feel like appreciated. Like it's in a way that you're like, I'm grateful for you, I'm grateful for your existence. Like you come over here and you accept this gratitude. Like you want to get loved on today? Like, let me tell you why, like, I love you. Like, that's the kind of vibe. It's like, you're like, people might want to be your friend and they're like, why are you so nice? Like, people might be like, are you flirting with me? And you're like, I just love you. And they're like, what do you mean you love me? And you're like, what do you mean? I love me. I love this tarot card. I love this rock. I love, you know, like, you just love to love. Like, you're definitely like, you have this energy, and it's like people are like, how do you have like this endless amount of energy? And it's because you know when to sit, you know when to wait, you know when to listen. So it's like you have this like kind of all-seeing eye in a sense. You might be, like I said, very intuitive, especially with all these major arcanas. Like I'm getting you have a very you either have a super like old soul where you're like, I've seen it all, bring it, or you have a super young soul where you have just like all of this energy. But there's literally like there's no in between. I know there's gonna be a lot of people watching this, so it's like there's no in between here. Oh, Emperor. I want it. I got it. Hello. You're like, you stand on your throne and you're like, I know when to take action, but you can still come to me. Like, you're like, checkmate. With the Emperor. Okay. Number 4, you make people feel very comfortable, make people feel at home. Number 11, it's like you're a very good friend. You might have a larger friend circle. People really like this about you. People really like you just in general. They feel like you, they can always take your lead. People can always go to you when they're lost. You'll help them find their way. Let's see. Ace of Wands. You might help people through spiritual awakenings. You might help people find their creative expression. You could be like an art teacher. You could be like a spiritual healer. We have 9 of Cups. You're always comfortable. You could be like alone diving in a dumpster and you would be just like, I'm happy. Or you could be like, well, it's like you can fit in anywhere that you go. It's like you could go have tea with the queen. Rest in peace. Or you could go like literally dumpster diving with like your local homeless man and you would literally be just like super content either way. Like you would always make people feel comfortable. You would always be, it's like, I'm getting like, you know your etiquette. And it's like you could fit in with like literally anybody. It's like you could be around any crowd and they would be like, you belong here. Like no matter where it is, because you just like have this energy where it's like you, it's like you're not like a shapeshifter. It's like you're so multifaceted, you're so multidimensional that it's like, you really can just like fit like anywhere. I'm seeing the stairway and I'm kind of, I know this is like basic, but I'm hearing like Stairway to Heaven. Like, anyway. And it's like people see this in you. It's like people see like, they see heaven when they look at you and they're like, wow, like holy moly, like they're like, you look good, you talk good, you like speak well. Like you have like good, Queen of Swords, you speak well. You speak well. You're very good at speaking your mind and you're good at setting boundaries too. And people appreciate that. People know that you're not going to take anything. Oh, I like this. I like this. Look at this. Justice and Queen of Swords. With the Ace of Wands, it's like people might like, if people talk behind your back, it's like, you know, and then you don't talk to them again. And you don't even like, this wouldn't even need to get back around to you. It's like your intuition would like let you know, just kind of like, this person's on a vibe right now. And then you kind of just like back away. And then they would be like, how to group 2, like you literally like, you might be a little bit spooky to people sometimes, but like in a really cool way. People are like, well, if I get my ish together, like, can we be friends? Like, people are like very cool. You're very cool. People also think that you're very, very smart. You are very, very smart. So 12:25 when they're recording time, every time that they're around you, people are like, this is Christmas. Like you make people feel very protective. Like you're the kind of person where if you go, like, say you go out drinking with a bunch of your friends, you're the one that will like, you'll be like the one that has like 1 or like a third of a drink while everyone else is like out there like getting blacked out, and you're like collecting the herd at the end of the night, making sure no one texts their ex, like making sure everyone gets in the Uber, texting like text me when you get home. Like you're like that friend. You're definitely that friend, but you're also the one that's like, let's go, but you're the one doing it that's like sober, and everybody else is like, you know what I mean? Like you just have like, you are the fun. Like people are like, we want to know what's up, we want to know what to do, like we want to have like a good time, and people are like group number 2. Like, you want to have a good time, you call group number 2. You want to be spiritually awakened, group number 2. You want a wake-up call, group number 2. Like, that's what's up. Ooh, 1313 on the recording time. You see what is unseen. People trust you because you have a very, very strong intuition. So people might come to you as well. Like, I'm seeing, like an astrologer or, like, a tarot reader. You're very, very good at picking things up. So, you also have the World and the 2 of Wands. So, you're very good at identifying cycles and closing them out. And it's like you're able to see them from afar. You see everything from a higher perspective, which is super dope. So you could be very good at breaking cycles. You may have been raised through a lot of ancestral karma, a lot of major arcana, honestly, in your spread. Holy moly. Again, like for real. You may have been through, 221. So like 221, 212, 122 could be significant numbers that you see a lot. 222, 111, things like this. This is just saying like, yep, you're like, group 2's back at it, group 2's back at it. Like you're breaking cycles, you're on to the next thing, like you're growing, you're being amazing, like you're glowing. Like this is kind of like a confirmation from the universe when you see these numbers. It's like saying like, good job, like, yep, like you're on point, you got this, like good job. Or like, yep, that manifestation is coming through, or you're spot on about this situation or this person or this opportunity, whatever. And then 2 of Wands, the World. You notice here she has this little like surfer van, which is so cute, and this little globe. It's like astrocartography is coming to mind too. Like you might be really good at like astromapping, you might be really good at like seeing and breaking cycles or helping other people. People might come to you for this. Again, like astrology is coming to mind. Or like tarot, or just really like anything like this. These are just things in your vicinity, you know, take it as it resonates for you, fit it to your situation. But like you have this like spiritual insight, like you're able to see things from a higher perspective. It's like you might just have this ability to tap in, like I'm hearing Akashic records too, so you could be very tapped into the Akashic records, for example. You might just know stuff, so people could come to you and be like you know that people know that you'll only let them in if they're in a good energy. So people might like test you, and like if you answer them back, they're like, yes, I made it, you know, like they're like, woo, like I'm in group 2 club, I love this. And then it like gives them more confidence in themselves. People feel like I'm hearing like the pretty friend. People think that you're like the pretty friend, or people feel like they're very pretty when they're around you, or people feel like you only have like the best of whatever around you. It's like if you are an astrologer and you hang out with other astrologers, they like assume that you're only around the best astrologers. Or if you're like if people see you as like very, very pretty, which like they might, if people see you as very, very pretty, they're like, oh, they would only hang out with me if I'm equally as pretty. Or if they see you as very smart or well spoken, it's like they know that whatever it is that you're doing or you're known for or whatever it is, it's like they know that you are only around the best of whatever it is. So people might like try to cling to you a little bit, but that's like really cool. You might be very popular. People know that you give what you receive, because you probably have learned through people pleasing. So one thing that's super cool about you, group number 2, is that you always move through love. Ooh, 3 of Swords underneath. Yeah, you've definitely been like you've definitely been through some harder times, and you grew through it, because literally it took like, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It took 13 cards. This was the 14th card that came out. So it's like you've been guided to make changes through all of the heartbreak. It's like you took all of the things that have happened in your life that were less than positive, and you're just like, how can we spin this? You're like, life's gonna give me lemons, like, and squeeze them in my wounds. Like, I'm gonna make some bloody lemonade. Like, and that's what you do. And so people can see that you've been through a lot. Another thing that's really good about you is that you don't stick to the past, but you do certainly learn from it, and you're not afraid to speak about your past either. There's also an energy about knowing where you belong, not settling for less than you deserve, which is so amazing. And also, like, you're definitely a giver, but you've learned to receive. So it's like you're very, very abundant, and at the same time, you are definitely a giver too. It's like you receive a lot because you have a lot to offer, and you know this. And because you know this, you don't take less than you deserve. You take your time making decisions, and at the same time, it's like you are able to see both sides of every situation, particularly with other people. It's like you can see the light and the dark in everybody, and you know what they're leaning into. 2 of Cups. You have a lot of people who feel like they are spiritually connected with you, and this might be true, or you could be just very high vibrational, which will happen. Like people get drawn to, it's like moths to a flame. Like people will get very, very drawn to you. We have 22 too, because you activate them, and they might not even be like fully conscious or aware of what's going on when it's happening, but they'll be like, there's something about group 2. I don't know, I just need them in my life in any manner of the form, like any way at all. And they're people might get quite obsessed with you, actually, now that I'm looking at this spread. But we have 7 of Pentacles. It's because you have a sturdy foundation. Like I'm hearing you have a good head on your shoulders. You're quite abundant, and you're, again, willing to put the work into things. We have King of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so you might be very creative as well. You're not afraid to get up and move. You might like to travel a lot, actually, is coming to mind here. And also with the animals, you might be good with animals, or you might be able to like communicate with animals. You could be like an animal Reiki healer or something like this. There's something about you that's very unique when it comes to animals. I'm an animal Reiki healer, and every time I give tarot readings, literally every time I pull up my cards, like my local crows land on the telephone line outside my window. Like, and it's weird. Like, I don't know. It's amazing. It's a blessing. But they're also just, there's some things, like, I don't know what it is, but there's something with animals. Like, there's something like unique with animals that you have. I don't know. Yeah, you're really good at closing out cycles too. I've noticed this is the Ouroboros. So this is the snake that's eating its tail. This means that you have completed your cycle, but you've also like ascended in this lifetime. So you have awakened as much as your soul, you've awakened as much as your soul has come here to awaken. And so now you're taking this like fully aware version of yourself, and you're ascending. You continue to raise your vibration and stay grounded at the same time. But because of this, with all the sacred geometry, it's like you're seeing how everything is connected, and you're utilizing your knowledge in order to continue to ground the spiritual energy that you have. And then you like ascend the grounded energy that you have, and it's like this like cycle. Like you may have like ascended all of your like chakras, for example, in yogic science, there's like this philosophy where every chakra, of course, is a different color. Like, but then as you like pass through incarnation cycles, like every one of your chakras turns eventually into like golden healing light, and then that would be like a fully ascended master. So there's this energy where like you might have like, people might see you with like having a golden aura, or they might see like through your eyes like a golden light coming out. They might just look in your eyes and be like, that person looks like they have literally so much focus, so much attention. Or like they might look at a picture of you and feel like you're like awake, you know, or like talking to them. People might be able to like, just being around your energy or seeing a picture of you wakes people up. Like there's an energy like that around you. People might start like tapping into spiritual psychic powers because it rubs off of you onto them. or this could even just be like devotion to God, or like self-love, or even just like things like everything, really. It's like your energy is so electric that it magnifies people. So if people see you as really smart, they'll start they'll like pick up intellect off of you. Like if people see you as really pretty, they will pick up external beauty off of you. If people see you as intuitive, they'll pick up literally psychic gifts off of you. Like there's this like okay, Six of Pentacles, you have like this ethereal like thing to you where you're like whatever people love about you, they receive as a gift in return. Group 2, like who are you? Like what are you doing out there? You got some jars around your house or something? I don't know. You have Knight of Pentacles. I'm just kidding. Might. With the Knight of Pentacles, you are financially abundant. Everything that you do, you've worked for yourself. People might see you as very lucky because you're creative and you go through things, but people see that you like have grown. Like you are abundant because you grow through stuff. You put the work in. Like you might own a business, you might have like a lot of plants around your house, you could have like 1 million animals, or like 90 kids, or like, I'm obviously exaggerating, hopefully, but it's like you clearly have like a lot going on in your life, and somehow it's like you're just like frolicking through. I'm hearing tiptoe through the tulips, like, okay, tiptoe through the tulips. Like you have this energy that almost like spooks people a little bit, because it's like you have so much going on and people are like, are you in like 8 places at once? Or how are you so like effortless and graceful and have so much going on? Or like, how have you done so much so early? Or like things like this. Like there's an energy to you where like maybe you have your own business. Maybe it's literally a one-man show and people are like, how? Or maybe like she has an owl. It's like she's just following her wisdom, her intuitive guidance, and it's because whatever you're doing, you've probably done it before. And this can literally be like makeup. Like maybe you were like a makeup artist in like 1 million lifetimes in a row, and then you incarnate as a makeup artist and you're like 9 years old and you're like, look at me winging an eyeliner, and people are like, how? Like there's just this energy about you, and then whatever it is, people are like, they see you do it once and then they're like, wow, and then they literally like absorb that ability to wing an eyeliner even though they may never have tried it before. Like, and that is hard, but clearly I don't, I'm not the person to ask about that. It's okay. So you have the Ace of Swords. Your mind is not a problem. Your mind is not a problem for you. Your mind is a tool. You're aware of this. It's like anything that your brain is telling you, you're like, this is information, this is data, this is a resource, let me use it. I'm hearing brain food too. It's like maybe before you go into overwhelming situations, you like to read something so that you have something to like think about, something that's going on. You don't absorb other people's thoughts. You don't absorb other people's like ideas or perceptions of you. Instead, you electrify because you have this understanding, you have this awareness of yourself, of your psychology, of the way that you work, the way that the world works, the way that people work in general. You might be just very good at systems. By systems, that's also letting me know you could like to study science. Like you could be like a physicist, you could be a mathematician, you could be like a chemist or like a biologist or like a microbiologist or something like this. You're very, very good at systems. And we do have sacred geometry coming out as well. You could be like you could be into like microscopy or something like that as well. Microbiology even is coming out. So even like coding, like you could be like a hacker, not a hacker, maybe, but like an internet coder or something like this. Internet coder. Yeah. Yeah, but you always know, like you can create anything. It's like you can take nothing and turn it into something, like literally all the time. And this is just super cool. You're just super cool. So yeah. You're really amazing. And there's one more thing. Oh, you wouldn't hurt a fly. You wouldn't hurt a fly. Even if there's a fly swimming in your, like flying in your face, you would be like, why are you doing that? Do you want to be my friend? Like there's something about you where people look at you and they're like, I've never seen one of you before, whatever it is. And that just makes you super cool. And people want to just give to you. They want to learn from you. They want to emulate you, but in like the best possible way. It's like they don't try to be you, but they take your example because you have a good example to set. Because you worked really hard to set a good example, because you're just in your own business, minding your own business, living your own life, and you like want to bring people up with you. Like if I'm shining, everybody's gonna shine. And also like I want it, I got it. Like yeah, yes. Slay, group 2, slay. I'm gonna leave your message here. Because the sun is starting to go down and I still have another pile to record. So I love you so much. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity on why you're awesome, because you are, and it's true. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, crazy realm. Pump it up, pump it up. yeah, namaste. Well, if it isn't group number 3. Hello, my friends. If you selected the beautiful, awesome bloodstone, then this is your reading. And I'm just going to hype you up, tell you why you're awesome, because you are, and that's just objective. So, with the bloodstone, this indicates that you are, first of all, a warrior, but you're also go with the flow, which is like already a really cool, duality aspect. Sorry, I'm not using a mic, so I have to be close. Which is a really cool, like, dualistic aspect for you to have. Now this is red and green, which lets me know that you make people feel very, very comfortable, or you're just very comfortable in your own skin, and you move through love. And I'm also hearing sun come down by Chance the Rapper, when he's like, don't look down, and you're like, you're not one to look at your feet when you walk. Like, you're someone who is like, you have wide eyes, like wonder. There's also an energy of like, I've been through this before, I can do it again, or like come at me. Like, you have this energy, like, I'm hearing like badassery and like not fuck with the bull. Can I say that on the internet? It's okay. You have this energy where it's like, you don't want to mess with you, but at the same time, you're so go with the flow, because bloodstone rules circulation, but it's also the stone of a warrior. Like ancient warriors would like keep these on them, or like during battles, or see these as a sign of good luck when they were like on the road or during battle and things like this. And yeah, it also does aid in circulation. So you could be like literally like a healer. I'm getting like body as well, like body yada yada. So you could be like a dancer, or you could be like do like Pilates or yoga or something like this. Like, you're very in tune with your body. You're very body aware, body conscientious. Also, physical therapy is coming to mind too, and I'm hearing the word preventative therapy as well. Not just physical therapy, but Brandy, don't bark, baby. There's this energy of you taking preventative action of yourself. Like, maybe you take very, very good care of yourself. Page of Swords with the Emperor, you're a great communicator. You could be a very good writer, a very good singer. Your throat chakra is very strong. Like, people take you seriously. Also, people know not to mess with you because they know that you'll tell them off. It's like, I'm getting you have a very strong moral compass, and because of this, it's like you might have like Mars in Libra or something Mercury in Libra, where it's like you just have to, like, you're very much aware of like balanced scales. Like, you could be like an ENFP or something, where you're like extroverted but also like a mediator between people. So let me see what the cards have to say. Four of Swords kept kind of popping out. I'm seeing the Hierophant. What fell out here? You do the work. So when you look at people who have not done the work, or they don't want to do the work, or you're like, well, you can do it. Like, you can do it too. Like, you either show up or you don't. Like, that's how you make a difference, right? It's like if somebody is like wanting to do a yoga pose and they're having a hard time getting into it, you might be like, well, I can't do it because I have something you don't. It's like, I have it because I spend a lot of time and energy working on it, because it was a goal that you set. And so you're able to succeed at it. First card out, Four of Wands. Holy moly. You make people feel very, very happy. First of all, this is the 1111 card. I'm literally hearing the word twin flame in my head. I usually don't like pull these out in my readings, but I am noticing this is the first card that came out. So people might identify you as that, or people in that like community could look up to you for a certain reason. Four of Wands, make people feel very at home in like in a spiritual, ethereal sense. Like, maybe people might come to you for spiritual guidance as well, and you might lead them through things such as yoga or Ayurveda, or even like tarot spirituality. Like, you could be like a tarot reader or an astrologer, but in a very deep sense. Like, you could be like you could read Akashic records. Like, Lexi the Leo is coming to mind. I adore her, but like, you could have this like ethereal energy to you, where people are like, I trust you going into my past lives. I trust you in my Akashic records. Or you could be like even a shaman, where you guide people through, I'm hearing psychedelics. Like, you could be like helping people through like herbal medicine or like plant healing or something like this. So, Eight of Wands, you're a great communicator. You might also be a bit of a nomad. You like to travel a lot, which is super dope. Also, Four of Wands with the Eight of Wands, you make people feel like they're connected to you. You make everybody feel like they're connected to you. Shamanism was coming up. Everything is connected, and you're connected to everything, and you make people aware of this. You make people know this. You definitely communicate we do have the Emperor and the Page of Swords. You saw how much I just shuffled the deck, and these came out right in the beginning. They came out just now again, on their own accord. So that with the Nine of Cups. So taking a look at this before we move on, let me hype you up, group 3. Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You always have a lot of choices in front of you. You have a lot of options, and you always make the right one. You are always down to have a little bit of fun in a responsible manner. You always communicate, speak the truth, even when it's difficult. I'm hearing Satya as well. So a lot of spirituality coming through this card. These cards, like you could be with the Emperor. You could be like an authority figure in like this spiritual realm. Like I'm hearing like Iso Tarot. I'm hearing like Lexi the Leo. It doesn't have to be tarot. It could just be not just, but it could be somebody who's that breatharian guy who leads people through like prana charging workshops, like or like the guy from Gaia who's like, I remember all my lives, like I will draw you through like the 9 dimensions that I've traveled through. Like you have this energy like this. You might help people connect with higher dimensional consciousnesses, but that's not all, folks. Let me generalize this and ground it a little bit too. So you have number 12 coming out with 4 and 8. So you're very in tune with your subconscious. You make people feel like a dream. You make people feel like their dreams can come true. But on top of this, it's like you go for your dreams. You are aware that life is always easy and life is always hard at the same time. So you might as well struggle for things that you want to happen. You might be the kind of person who's like, I would rather go for my dreams than sit around. Because it's like whatever time, like your time is precious. Your time on earth is precious. You're very much aware of this. And with 4 of Wands and 8 of Wands, it's like you're very intuitive, first of all. All of this like energy that was coming out, like you're certainly my spiritual pile here. But with the 8 of Wands and 4 of Wands, it's like you're so connected to something bigger than you. And you speak about this. You're not afraid to speak about this. And with the Page of Swords, it's like you might know when to, I'm hearing walk on eggshells. It's like there might be people in your life you need to walk on eggshells around, but you're always able to find like, I'm hearing like escapism. Like you might like to read books. Like you might be very like a speed reader, for example. You might like to write books, write stories, write poems, write songs, especially with these birds and these little light bulbs. Like you're what's that word, innovative. Like you are very inventive. You're very inventive, very creative as well. And with the Emperor, it's like you always stand in your power and you always know what move to make. You always know where to be, when to be there. And people respect they respect your opinion, they respect your authority. And there's this energy of like notice how he's like sitting on a chessboard. This is reminding me of literally the chess scene in Harry Potter. He's holding like the king here. And I've never really gotten this from this card before, but it's like he's holding the king and he's like, you play chess with me, like not with the pieces, like don't use pawns, like show up like to my face. Like you have this energy like that was coming out with the bloodstone. It's like you're a warrior. You're like say it to my face or don't say it. Like you're like confrontational. Like you're confrontational, but 9 of Cups in like a passionate way. It's not scary, it's not bad, it's not mean, but you're not afraid to go there either. You could have like Capricorn, Aquarius, let's see what else, Taurus in your chart perhaps, maybe even a little bit of Aries with the Emperor coming out here. Yes, maybe a little bit of Sagittarius too. Yeah, Page of Swords, you're definitely a you're a good communicator, and you're not afraid to start a conversation with people. People really like this. It's like you might be quite sociable. You could like speak for a living. 9 of Cups, they're saying don't take that. You feel pretty emotionally secure, emotionally stable. So when you confront someone or something, it's because it's warranted, like entirely warranted, because you are emotionally stable. And so the way that you approach this too is from an emotionally mature place. So you might, you're very good at communicating. Like you could be literally a therapist. You could have spent a lot of time in therapy, or you could be like a studier of psychology. I'm hearing Sigmund Freud. I don't know. I don't know. I'm also hearing survival of the fittest. So there's this energy where you're like, it's like you are very loving, but you're also like out here for yourself. It's like you know that you need to, you need to be out here like loving yourself, being spiritual and everything, and you know that everything is connected, and you know that, but you also know that in order to heal others, you need to heal yourself. You also know that hurt people hurt people. You know that you need to put your own oxygen mask on before you put on other people's oxygen masks on. Otherwise, no one's going to be able to breathe. It's like you you know what's up. It's like you're able to see right through people and situations. We have 4 coming out twice. You could be a teacher of some kind. You could be, I'm hearing like Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. So you could literally be a guru. You could have a guru. You could like to study Sanskrit, or you could be a yogi. You could be a Hindu as well, practice Hinduism. You have the Magician, Knight of Wands, and let me show you these. The Magician, Knight of Wands, and you also have the Two of Wands. Now you have a lot of wands coming out, wands and cups. So you're intuitive, if I ever saw an intuit in my life. And then you have, of course, the Magician card with the Emperor. So it's like you want something, you go and make it happen. It's like you do your scripting, you have your manifestation journals. This is amazing, beautiful, I love it. 3 of Cups. And you don't just wish well for yourself, you wish well for others too. It's like I'm seeing somebody like praying at night, like before they go to bed, or meditating or whatever, but you're like, you're not just like manifesting stuff for yourself. You're not just like, I want this and that and this and that and then, and how do I get here and how do I get there? You're like, but I also want like my loved one to feel better. I want my family member to have more abundance. I want to wish health upon my loved ones. I want to like, it's like, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. It's like we're all connected. We're all connected, and you offer like that phrase in Sanskrit. It means I offer all my efforts to this great master. But that master, it is God and you and every single being, every single thing that's ever existed. It's like I offer all my efforts for the highest good of everything and everyone. Like, so mote it be, like, amen, like all of that. And so there's this energy where it's like people love you because you have their back. You have their back, and it's like, but you'll say it how it is too. It's like you are authentic. You are 100% authentic. It's like you don't sugarcoat things, but you always say things in the nicest way possible. 7 of Cups. You could, I'm hearing you've had a lot of opportunities to be less than nice to people, but you never have. It's like when somebody does you wrong, you don't tell them off about it. It's like, you know what you did. Just show up correct. You know what I mean? You're very much like show up correct or don't show up. Respect. I like that. I'm gonna take some pages out of your book, group 3. I love this. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so you have 12 and you have 13. That's coming out quite a bit. Okay, yeah, so you have 12, you have 13, you have 12, and then you have 7. So, and it's 12, 12 in the recording time. Flips table. Pisces, closing out cycles. Neptune, the subconscious, the dream realm. This is, like astral travel even. Like, so you're into like the astral traveling, the lucid dreams. You could be one of those people where like people text you in the morning, like you don't get any sleep one night. You sleep for like 13 hours. You wake up feeling unrested AF, and then you're like, what in the world? Like, I should be so rested. I just got so much sleep. And then you get like texts from 5 people in your phone, and they're like, you were in my dream last night and you saved me from a demon, and you were in my dream last night and you like led me through the astral realm, or like something. And you're just like, like, bro, like that's you. Like you are a I'm hearing walk-in, like you're a walk-in spirit guide. Christopher Walken, hey, what's up? But not just that. No, it's like you walk-in. It's like when like your higher self like takes control of your being, or when a soul that is inhabiting a body steps out and a different one steps in. Like there are different experiences. I can only really speak through my own experience, but with this it's like you might, like, I'm hearing like possession too, but in like a good way. It's like you know when you channel messages, like you can ask messages to come, like, hey, charge my spirit, or like, hey spirit, like charge my tarot cards with the message, and then you read the message. But there's also like channel through me. So you might literally be like a channel. You might also like self possess yourself on purpose with like nicer beings, or you could even do this with others. And I mean this in like the most loving, light way possible, because we never ever give things access to our being that we are not familiar with, ever. Always protect your energy. But you know this, you're group 3, you know what's up. So yeah, we do have 12, 13, 12, and then 7, which indicates that you're a master at creating cycles. You're also a master of the subconscious realm, lucid dreaming, astral, everything spiritual. That's you. That's up your alley. Creativity too. Pisces, you're so creative. You're like, something happens, let me art about it. And then your art is just like amazing and it's beautiful. And then 13, this is an indication too of like the spiritual realm. This is like right beyond the veil. So you could be a medium, you could be like just able to access things that are beyond the veil here. And then 12 again, it's like you've mastered that as well. It's like you see what's going on in the grounded realm, you see what's going on in your subconscious, and you see what's going on beyond the veil. It's like there's this energy of like, you're so much aware of energy that you know that like your tangible skin is not as solid as it looks. Like you know you know that matter is energy, essentially, right? So with that, and then it has number 7. It's like, because you divinely chose to come here. You chose to show up here for love, which is exactly why you present people probably the greatest nice love they've ever received, and also the most authentic tough love they've ever received too. There's this energy of you of like knowing to walk both sides. Like, you have one foot in the light, one foot in the shadow, and you're perfectly balanced. Like, you're like an alchemist, like, totally. And then you speak about this too. So Ace of Cups, I saw Temperance. You're very, very loving, and you're very, very patient too. Intuitive and insightful as well. You're very intellectual. You could like to read. You could like puzzles a lot too. I'm seeing a crow on this card. Very magical, very magical. You're always very protected too. And then with Justice card, karma, karma, karma. You're aware of your karmic cycles. You're aware of those around you. And we have Judgment too. Judgment and Justice. Whew. Libra vibes. Also a little bit of humanitarian too. Humanitarian vibes as well. We have 11, 12, and 13 coming out in your reading, as well as number 7. These are all literally divine numbers. We have 12, 12, which is 24, which means good luck, right? So you're very lucky, but it's because you put the work in. Knight of Pentacles. This is beautiful. We love this. Hearing Slow and Steady wins the race, which usually comes out with Knight of Pentacles, and you have the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck too. This duality, you know what to do and when to do it. You know when to hold him. You know when to fold him. You know when to speak things into existence. You know when to detach and not say a peep. This is very good, very good. You know when to move quickly. You know when to move slowly. You take action, but you think about it first. And you know when to rush towards your dreams, and you know when to stop and chill too. Also, there's something about your eyes. It's like you look at people, and there's this look about you, like where you're just kind of like, you have this like knowing gaze to you. People look at you and they're like, what do you see? Like, what? Like, let me get in your brain. But you're so loving too. It's like you love to study. You love to learn people. You love to learn people, and you're very, very good at it too. Like, very good. And your patience is coming up again. You're very, very patient. You're very good at manifesting your own reality, your own desires, and out of all of the options in front of you, it's like you always seem to pick the right thing. You have the Devil with the 3 of Cups. There could be a lot of people in your life who want to mooch off of you, and this is where you're really good at setting your boundaries, probably because you've needed to learn this. You have the Chariot in reverse with the Devil. So there are some things that are coming up that this is like, you know when to hold them, you know when to fold them. It's like, I'm hearing loose lips sink ships. It's like, you know who you can talk to and you know who you can't talk to. You know when to talk to people and when not to talk to people. It's like you're very, you're like too in the loop, to the point where it's like freaky to people who are not in the loop. But 9 of Wands is because you're guarded, because you have been through enough to be able to tell. And also, it's like with access to all of the spiritual, like your dreams probably let you in on stuff, your psyche lets you in on stuff, your spirit guides let you in on stuff. If you're channeling messages from beings, you're like I'm hanging out with Jesus, bro. Like, sorry, like you're having a bad day, you know, like you go do that, and then like I'll meet you in the spirit realm. You're like I'll meet you on the light side, you know what I mean? People are like, come to the dark side, we have cookies, and you're like, you know, I got some flour, like I got some chocolate chips, like let's get it, you know? You have the Wheel. People see you as very, very lucky, and you are very, very lucky. Check out Jupiter in your chart, by the way. Super cool. But you're really, really smart also, because Jupiter is the guru. Guru Brahma. Love that. It's one of my favorite mantras. Also, My Sweet Lord, George Harrison. The Guru mantra is at the end of that too. I love that song. There could be messages for you in there too. Or it's like, you know the music video when they redid that song, they redid the music video, and it's like Fred Armisen, I think, is in it. And they're all like looking for something, and they're like, what does group 3 have? It's like they're all like on a hunt. They're like, what is this that everyone is like going crazy about? I can't, like, something's in the air, something's fishy, I don't know what it is. And like it's like literally the divine loving light of God, and they're just like looking for something tangible, but it's like you're not going to find it because you're looking for it because it's right in front of your face. And if you're not seeing something that's right in front of your face, then you're not going to be aware of it if you're not tuned in. So there's this just like tuned inness about you. Queen of Wands, my seance card. Okay. You could be a medium. You could be very like, now we did talk about conscious self-possession for channeling of the light. And I mean this lightly, and I mean this gently, and I mean this with all love possible. We have Death and Rebirth. Okay, you could have a mediumship is super coming out. Okay, so you could be very protected. You could really protect your space. I'm feeling like I'm not trying to make you nervous if I am, because that's not what I mean. Is like you're very connected with your ancestors. Like you could see angels, you could have dreams where your past on loved ones are with you. They're very, very closely with you, by the way. If you're not tuning into this, it's very true. You have the Four of Swords, a lot of healing going on with the Empress popping out. Oh, Emperor and Empress. Okay, so you're tuned into your divine masculine and feminine energies of yourself. Four of Wands was the first card that came out, and I did mention twin flames in my reading, so you could resonate with that journey. Or there's something about you where you have fully 4 and 3, this is 7, you have come into a divine union within yourself. It's like because of this, you're able to see the light, you're able to see the darkness. And because of this, it's like, why would I think that that would scare you? It's like because you're not doing anything wrong. You're not able, like you're so protected in the spiritual realms that you're not allowed to let anything like take a hold or charge of you that wouldn't want to. Now, we did have the devil popping out in your reading twice, so you might feel things sometimes. You might have people who are, it's coming through. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna go there. That's for Patreon. But you might have people who are struggling with like darker energies that cling to your, or not cling to your light because they wouldn't be able to, but like they try to come to your light, but you already are intuitively picking up on it, so you know when to put space between you and other people. Okay, if there are darker things there, because you don't allow those things near you. We have the Hanged Man. This is, you're able to see the light even in some darker things. You have like a foot in the light, you have a foot in the shadow, and you're totally balanced. You're not afraid of the brightest light corner, you're not afraid of the darkest shadow corner. But at the same time, it's like you see, it's like if you stare at the sun for too long, everything looks like a shadow, right? Everything's dark. If you're in the dark for so long, even the tiniest little bit of light is like blinding. So there's this energy of like being balanced at all times and seeing the good and the bad and the bad and the good, the yin yang. It's like you stand in the middle. You have transcended light and dark. You have the King of Cups. You're very, very loving, which I love to see. You're beautiful, amazing, very spiritual. People think about you all the time, sometimes to the point where it's not good for them anymore. People might obsess over you. You have this energy that's kind of like addictive. Now the devil is coming out for the 3rd time, but it's 15, which is a 6, which is the number of love. So, hey, people might see you as like sinfully attractive, or like maybe you're super into the occult. And oh, okay, here it is. So there's this energy with like, so we had all the Emperor, we had the Empress, we have the Four of Wands, we have the Magician, right? We have like all of these cards coming out with the Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords, both of the communication cards of the tarot coming out. And it's like there's this energy of like you are too good at what you do. So people are like, what did you do? You know how there are like celebrities where people are like, are you in the Illuminati? Like, did you sell your soul? Like something like this. And it's like, no, you just are good at what you do, and you like have done a lot of practice, or you've done a lot of self-work, and like you know what's up. Like you know what's up so much that people are like, what's up here? Like, but they're also like, can't get enough. They're like, oh my gosh, I need more. Like, I need more. Like, there's this energy that like pushes people. It pushes people into the like extreme energies of themselves. So it might push people into like, maybe people who like were mediums as a child, and then people were like, you don't have imaginary friends, but they were like seeing like angels and their ancestors and stuff, and then they grow up and they like are conditioned to believe out of that, and then like they see you, and then they're like and it opens it back up, and they're like, oh my god, what did they do to me? And you're like, I didn't do anything that you didn't already have, you know. There's something like this, like that's coming up. Or maybe you're you could be saying things to people that are like divinely guided, divinely channeled. Channeling messages is coming out quite a bit. This reading is getting kind of long. Ooh, the Star. Wish fulfillment and healing with the 10 of Wands, 5 of Swords, High Priestess. Hey. So group number 3. People see you as wish fulfillment. You are a healer. You are a healer by nature. You probably literally incarnated to be a healer, or like to at least turn on lights, you know, wake up people, help them self-realize, and all this goodness. 10 of Wands. This is a solo journey. You know, you have to heal yourself before you can heal other people. 23:33 on the recording time. All right. You're here to make a change, and you've mastered what it is that you're here to do. 5 of Swords. You might lead other people into anxiety, but this is only because they don't understand. People are having a hard time understanding why you are so intuitive. They're like, what did High Priestess and the Star do? They're like, literally, how do you get both of these cards? How did 4 of Wands come out first? And you're like, because I shuffled the deck, and then that's what came out. And the way that it works, it's like, you can explain it up and down, but it's like some things, how do I say that? It's like there's faith. It's like you have to see things to believe, but you also don't. Because it's like you have to see things to believe. You know what I mean? It's like the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, you have to see it to believe. But people are like, oh, you have to see it to believe. And you're like, exactly. And they're like, exactly. And then there's just this, huh? You know, so that's really cool about you. It's really cool about you because you're highly, highly intuitive. You know exactly what's going on. You might be traveling like different realms and people are like, what are you talking about? But why? They're like, I don't know what you're talking about, but why do I know that you're right? You know, these things like this. And then 10 of Wands is because you're like, I took that solar journey. You're like, I did the shadow work. You did all of this work. I can definitely see how much you've healed yourself in order to be able to heal others. And this is so cool. And even like people in the spirit realm appreciate you. Like shadow entities, they're like, group number 3 is my homie. Like light energies, they're like, group number 3 is my homie. And then just like 8 of Wands and Page of Swords, it's like, everything that comes out of your mouth, people are like, what? Like where? Why? How? Huh? So that's super cool. You're super dope. 8 of Pentacles, you're very knowledgeable. You're very balanced. That's really what's coming out. You're very balanced, you're very knowledgeable, you're very spiritual. You have divine healing abilities. You can channel literally any entity without it overtaking your being. Like, for example, and a lot of people see you as very, very attractive, very beautiful, very tempting, very physically attractive, by the way. People might want to have you, like, not have you, but people like they see that your ability to manifest things very quickly and your ability to speak about this. So people might be asking you the wrong questions to get the right answers, but you would be picking up on this ahead of time. So these are some cool things about you. And then, yeah, I keep getting showed like this Hangman with the 4 of Wands. So take that however resonates for you. You like to see things from a different perspective. You might have been on that journey. You may or may not have been on that journey. You may resonate with just like a spiritual fire as well. Vesta is coming to mind as well. The spiritual flame. I'm hearing like Daiko. Oh, just kidding. Like the you could be like a Reiki master teacher. Vesta, yeah, is coming to mind. So check out Vesta in your chart as well. It's just like a violet flame, that violet healing spiritual flame. So check that out. Get one more card for group number 3 as I close this reading out. What is really awesome about group number 3? Give me a good one. Woo! All right. 2 of Wands. I'm hearing, I don't want to wait in vain for your love. Okay, a lot of people love you and you don't know it. Okay? Just so you know. And also, maybe you've like traveled the world or you want to travel the world. You have these like dreams that you like are fully like planning on doing, or you have this ability to manifest whatever you want. And then people are like, they want to know what you are planning on doing so that they can like get in the loop, which is kind of cool. But at the same time, it's like you have these really, I want to say like grandiose dreams, but to you they're not grandiose because you're like, the world is my oyster and I am the ocean. You know what I mean? Like there's this energy to you where you're like, I'm as big as I am small, I'm small as I am big. And that is like a superpower. That's literally a superpower. And I'm hearing that song. Oh my gosh, don't make fun of me. It's VeggieTales when they're like, God is greater than the boogeyman. Like, I don't know, like, it's like, you know that whether it's light or darkness or good or bad, or you're speaking, as long as you're in truth, as long as you are connected, as long as you are Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, as long as you are offering all your efforts to that divine great master that is the cosmic universe, you know that like the light's on your side, the shadow's on your side, you know that like every little thing is gonna be alright. The Hermit. You're a healer. You're a healer, baby. Alright. And you're a hoot. You're a hoot too. People like you. They like your sense of humor. You're fun to be around. Alright. They're like, that's not all, folks. Why? Page of Swords again. You make people feel very loved when you talk to them. You make people feel like they're seen. You make people really feel seen. And you make people feel like they're safe in your arms. And that, like, in your presence, secrets are safe with you. You might be hearing from a new, like, an old person in a new way, a new ancestor, a new spirit. Like, my right ear just like rang when I pulled out the Page of Swords, and right ear is like receiving a message, right? So expect a message. This could be like, I don't know, you got the bloodstone. This could be like a warrior. This could be an ancestor, someone you shared a past life with. This could be someone that you know, someone that you don't know. I don't know. Expect a message. And it was 10 of Cups, so it's not going to make you upset. Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You're going to be like, you're loving, you're intuitive, you're great. Whatever comes after that. This is going to be different for everybody. It's a general reading. Knight of Pentacles, they're going to be like, let's take it slow, because I see what you can do. This can be friend, family, romance, business. Your dog might start, I don't know, plants. So take it as it resonates. Opportunity to build something new. And this reading was longer than the other ones, and that is not fair to the other group, so don't tell. But I love you very much. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity as to why you're awesome. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. Namaste, group 3. I love you. Mwah.